Good morning, Chair. Honoured officials from the three ASEAN community pillars, political security, economic and social cultural, whose combined presence here is so important to ensuring that disability is mainstreamed throughout the regional development agenda. Honoured officials from ASEAN's 10 member states, whose leadership in this area will determine how strongly aspirations are integrated into national development frameworks and projects. And honoured stakeholder representatives from DPOs throughout the region, whose participation is central to an inclusive policy design and an implementation process. Therefore, nothing about us without us. The ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights, which has organised this regional dialogue as an important and ongoing step in building an ASEAN community on a shared value of inclusion. Thank you for inviting me to address you at this important meeting, and I'm sorry that I am not with you in person, but my commitments in Luxembourg and Brussels around the European and International Day of Persons with Disability are keeping me in Europe. According to the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, universal design means the design of products, environments, programs and services to be usable by all people to the greatest extent possible, without the need for adaptation or specialised design. Universal design, however, does not exclude assistive devices for particular groups of persons with disabilities where this is needed. The 7 principles of universal design were developed in 1997 by a working group of architects, product designers, engineers and environmental design researchers in the North Carolina State University. The purpose of the principles is to guide the design of environments, products and communications, to evaluate existing designs, to guide design process and to educate both designers and consumers about the characteristics of more usable and accessible products and environments. The 7 principles of universal design are equitable use, flexibility in use, simple and intuitive use, perceptive information, tolerance for error, low physical effort, and the size and space for approach and use. There is, therefore, an intrinsic link between universal design, which is known as design for all at a European level, and accessibility for persons with disabilities. However, universal design is not only crucial to make products, services and facilities accessible for people with disabilities, it is also useful for everybody, as it increases the usability for many other people: pregnant women, older people, migrants, people with functional limitations, etc. In short, we can say that universal design truly acknowledges human diversity. Given the aspirational objective of its principles, universal design cannot be mandated in legislation, unlike accessibility. However, a universal design approach can be useful to achieve accessibility. Bearing this in mind, the European Disability Forum has been active in the past years in the developing of a European standard, which was adopted by all European standard organisations some weeks ago. The standard name is EN 17161, Design for All, Accessibility following a Design for All approach in products, goods and services, and extending the range of users. This standard complements and is complemented by the European Accessibility Act, which is going through the European Parliament at present. We expect this Act to be finalised early in 2019. This European standard gives requirements and recommendations to any organisation or company, both public and private, to incorporate a universal design approach in their internal processes, similar to other well-known management standards used by companies, and to ensure that whatever they produce or provide will consider accessibility for persons with disabilities. These organisations need to have, among other aspects, an appointed leadership inside the organisation to establish a vision, a mission for accessibility, to involve users during the development phase, to check and follow the available accessibility standards, and to follow up with end users, etc. At EDF, we hope that this European standard will widely be used in the private sector and that public authorities will use it as an award criterion for public contracts. So those organisations and companies with a design for all approach will increase in number and contribute more to accessibility, user-friendly and sustainable and inclusive society. I wish you all a successful event. I thank you for allowing the European Disability Forum to be part of it and on this important discussion, and I apologise for not being there personally with you all. Thank you.